So the endless debate about, oh, should it be a personal brand or a company brand? The answer is yes. Just when. Tell me the life stage of the company and I
Right.
can answer more specifically. Early on, the biggest mistakes that I've made was not leveraging my personal brand enough. Man, you and I started working together. And one of the things I was adamant about when we were first launching Scalable is I didn't want my personal brand anywhere. It cost me at least
Mhm.
18 months because nobody knew what this stupid new
Right.
company was.
Right.
Rightly stupid.
Yeah.
And my mistake was I thought I got to skip steps, right? I thought I got to leap all the way to phase 3. I don't get to do that. So in the beginning, it should have just been me figuring this stuff out and delivering the value, right? So that's the trust. And then because it's me now, I'm going to be nimble. I'm going to do my voodoo. Every client is individual because I'm learning. I'm serving, but I'm also learning. Now you do this 10, 20, 30 times, and finally you start to figure out I'm asking the same questions. I'm doing the same stuff. Now we can build a process around this, right? Now we can productize. Once you have the ability to productize, that is when you launch a separate brand. And so if I'm you, I'm thinking, cool, I call this my creator clarity compass, my creator clarity framework. And I might try to get creatorclarity.com and I'm going to launch now a separate brand and I'm going to announce as the face of this brand as the face of the company that I have launched this new brand, which does this specific thing. I'm launching this to my audience. Now this brand is separate. And that day I moved to stage 2. I'm now the spokesperson for a brand that I own. I continue to do my thing, but I also begin to build up the brand value and brand equity of this new piece. But I'm mostly just transferring brand value to it. Now, in the early days, somebody buys and it's me working my process. But then one day I hire somebody else and I
Yeah.
say, "Hey, I just want you to do this one part. I want you to do the initial intake call." And you think everybody's going to freak out, but they don't care because they just want the result, right?
Right.
And ultimately, you're not involved at all. We had our one of our meetings. So these are for our high level clients. They pay us about $40,000 a year. And part of what you get, in addition to a bunch of very practical services, is you get to come out to these events, quarterly meetups that we do. I walked out on stage and I said, real quick, how many of you in the room have no idea who I am? And not most of the room, but probably 10% of the room raised their hand. They had no idea who I was. I looked at that and I said, awesome. That is
Right.
mind
It's working.
because what I now know is that if at some point I wanted to step away completely, if I wanted to sell digital marketer tomorrow, I could, and I wouldn't be missed
Mhm.
that much. I do almost nothing over there anymore.